Rampage, a movie based on an old video game about a giant lizard, wolf and ape tearing down a city. It wasn't an overly complicated game, and it's not an overly complicated movie. This one stars The Rock, who seems to have that kind of love him or hate him aesthetic. I personally really like The Rock. I think he's very charismatic and he always seems to have some kind of fun when he's on screen. So I was kind of, willing to give Rampage a fair crack at the whip. The movie centres around this primate specialist played by The Rock called Davis, who has this relationship with George, this albino ape. There is this strange company who have been working on genetics in space, and their spaceship blows up in a really interesting and fun opening scene in the movie where they are in space. It's a little bit like life, only good. And there is a giant rat chasing a woman about a space station. It explodes, things fly down to Earth, and these 3 canisters land in front of a crocodile, a wolf and George, the lovable ape that we've already met and thought he's really funny and fantastic. Hope he's one of the heroes of the movie. And these animals start to grow exponentially, getting bigger and bigger, and along with their growth rate, their rage starts to amplify. They become uncontrollable, angry, just want to tear things down and run amok. You have this brother and sister who've been doing genetic experiments, creating this gas that's going to change animals, people's DNA, and they basically want to get these animals to get their data back. It's plot points for the sake of just moving the story along. Every time they appear, it's another scene that seems rather uninteresting and kind of pointless. But back to Davis, our hero, who is played by The Rock, who, would you believe it, just happens, I mean, this is really lucky, really lucky. It just happens to have been in the Special Forces. Yeah, he's a man who's been decorated several times. He was one hell of a warrior, and now he just wanted to relax by spending some time with animals, working with them. And wouldn't you know it, things have went awry. George's grew huge, the other 2 animals are just causing amok, and he has to try and save his friend before the army destroy him and countless others by dropping a nuclear bomb. It is as silly as it sounds. There is other characters as well that pop in and out the movie, but to be fair, it doesn't really matter. It's not about that. It's about the destruction, it's about the animals causing havoc, and on that front, on the destruction, on the special effects, it's rather good. It's entertaining. There are some moments that made me smile, made me interested, made me sit up from my slump in the cinema and pay attention to the screen. But they're few and far between, and they're not enough to make this a worthwhile journey to the cinema. The Rock is fun, but the story itself is a little bit too serious at points. It has silly elements, but it doesn't embrace them in a tongue-in-cheek fashion that would really suit this movie. They should have just went crazy with it. They tried to in certain aspects, but then they draw it back in by giving these sort of army people characters and other government agencies that are a little bit too serious, end of the world kind of stuff. This is a ludicrous movie. Embrace that, own it, be it for what it is. That being said, the special effects at the end of the movie are pretty fantastic, pretty fun. The dialogue is atrocious and feels like an assault on the eardrums at certain points. It's just not good. And as much as I like The Rock and as much as I think he is extremely charismatic and interesting, this is not one of his good movies. This is not a Jumanji. This is another San Andreas, only that was a little bit more fun. I gave Rampage 1.5 out of 5. I didn't think it was that great. It bored me, and for a 90-minute movie, I wish it finished even sooner than it did. There is one shining light, and that is the destruction at the end of the movie, which is fun. But other than that, this movie doesn't have anything to really offer the average cinema goer. I don't think anyway. I would love to know your opinion of Rampage. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you really like about it? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.